Santeria Chan here, bringing you the second profile, as I promised you, for the proud leader of the Eradicators, Dragonic Descendant. So when my avatar first started playing Vanguard, Dragonic Descendant was her first deck she ever built. So this deck has a special place in her heart. So yeah, just like as before, we're going to start from the top and work our way down. Start off. That's that Generation Zone. How? Start off, we have 4 True Eradicator. I can organize these things. True Eradicator. A Continuum Linchu. It's little baby Linchu all grew up and became a mighty Dragon Knight. But yeah, so what he does is activating once per turn, counterblast 1, flip up a card with his name, and choose one of my opponent's rear guards. Choose one of my rear guards, throw him into Soul, and then for every face-up card in my G zone, retire. Your opponent chooses 2 of his or her rear guards and retires them. And if your opponent and then afterwards, if your opponent has no rear guards, you get to draw a card. So he is a great first stride for Eradicators, and he works with every Gauntlet Buster and any other form of sweep command and any other kind of form of Eradicator. But he great first stride, helps he helps destroy. I can speak today. I'm kind of tired, but I want to do this anyway because this is fun. But, yeah. This guy, so he's backtracking, great first stride. Yeah. Says he can help wipe out the board in early game. Says that some of your opponent, because a lot of opponents really won't either play 1 or 2 rear guards most cases in the beginning. And you just sit there and go, kill 2, draw 1 card, then possibly draw a card if they have no rear guards. So, he is a lovely Dragon Knight. I love him. Oh, but next up, we have 4 True Eradicator, Dragonic Descendant Zilean. Dragonic Descendant is in the future, in which he turned to ultimate form and became this super overpowered dragon. What he does is he kind of has original descendant skill, but it's not one to turn. What I mean by it's kind of like his original descendants is if his attack does when you play activate you flip a persona flip, and when he attacks, if the attack does not hit, you can counterblast. It is a counterblast 1 and soul blast 3. No, scratch that. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 2, and drop 3 cards. And restand him. So yeah, he is great second stride, or even a first stride, really lays on the pressure. Or early game pressure if your opponent wanted choosing to whether or not to lay his hit. So either you get to get rid of opponent's cards in hand, or you get to just sit there and restand. Yeah, so he is usually my second stride. And then it kinda, yeah. It's usually my second stride, but sometimes either go into and then kinda save him for later to where it closes to the end game. Yeah, he is a great guy. Love him. Love him to death. Let's throw Linchu back in here with all big buddy. Next up, we have 2 Concrete Supreme Dragon, Closer Dragon. The fabulous the best GB8s in this that came out in the most recent Fighters collection. Well, no, 2 Fighters collections. Whatever Fighters collection had all GB8s in them. But yeah. So when he's placed on rear guard, retire all arrows of all fighters. Place of Vanguard, retire all rear guards and fighters. bind every single card in your opponent's drop zone, and on turn he gets all your units. Get plus 2,000 for each card for each face-up card, and all fighters bind zones. So the whole point of striding with this deck is to turbo GB8. So my main goal is to buy my 3rd or 4th stride, because if I take G-Guard into account this, to just sit in there and just wham. And I run 2 because this actually throws people off, because if somehow person manages to survive the first GB8 attack, it kind of comes out of nowhere and just goes like, boom, here's another GB8. So yeah, he is one of the best cards to come out of that set. And I love him to death. So cool. Next up, we're rolling with the G-Guardians. We got, ooh, hitting the camera. Let's not hit the camera. Let's not do that. There we go, readjusting. We have 2 Sky Guardian, Supreme Dragon, and P-Dragon. The G-Guard that came out, one G-Guards that came out, I think in the same set as the GB8s. It is? Okay. Yeah, it is. They did come out same as the GB8 set. But, he does this when you place them, unflip a G-Guard. And when he's placed in regarder, I didn't know he does. Your opponent, when he's placed, unflip a G-Guard, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and binds it, and then if the rear guards they have is 2 or more than 2, well, 2 more than what you have, then you get to retire 1. So, yeah. The number of your rear guards. Okay, number of my number. I can read cards. Ha ha ha. Okay, yeah, the number is, if I have less rear guards by 2, my opponent does, I get to retire something. He's kind of weirdly worded. I don't know. They worded him very strangely. But he's a big bad baddie throws in there, and yet once again he helps turbo into Mr. Closer Dragon over there. Yeah, so I run 2 of him, because why not? Because he's such a good card. Then we have 1 Bulwark. Most of the other G-Guards I use, I mostly trigger them just to unflipping for impede. So Bulwark, Thunderstrike 3, he gets plus 10k. And the battle unit was placed for every Guardian opponent's bind zone. I choose up to one rescue rear guard and retire it. Opponent's farm and kill it. So it's funny against gear. I cannot be insulting clans on my video because that's insensitive of me. But it's really funny against Gear Chronicle because they bind all the rear guards. So you just kind of sit there, like, lol, free thunder. I get to get all my skills off without even trying. Doing much. So yeah, if I go up against Gear Chronicle, I usually save him. Most cases, he gets unflipped for impede. Dismal. Don't use him as much anymore. He's just kind of there because there's not really any other good G-Guards I like for the deck. So he's more there for a flip, for impede. And Vitra. Junior gets plus 5,000. And he's also used to unflip most cases. Because what I usually try to do, go 1 stride. What I'll usually, in a normal stride turn, a game I try to go to, I'll either go into Linchu, most cases Linchu first, unflip a Linchu, if I can, and I turn this 2, G-Guard, unflip, that is not a G-Guard, that is a closer. Impede, unflip, that's 4. If I happen to have a second G-Guard, I try to do it again, impede, that makes 6, or usually go into Descendant, unflip, that's 6. Either G-Guard, once more, 7, or impede again. That makes 8 in total. Go into finish blow and kill people. So yeah, so Turbo GB8 is what you do with this deck, and it's great. It's better than the Hellhard 8 deck for Spike Brothers, because I think that deck kind of pointless and literally relies on a one-trick pony. And if you... Yeah, and if you know how to play around it, then you can easily just sit there and their turns become absolutely nothing. And roll around down to the grade 3s. We have 4 original Dragonic Descendants, the OG. 2 of them are SP. Out of all my decks I have, this deck has the most this deck is the closest to being max rarity. But yeah, what Mr. Good Old Descendant does is you can counterblast 2. There we go. So I meant to have one of the SPs. A case for the people, RIP watch you started guiding this game way after he came out, or I've never really fought him before. Mr. Descendant is activates good counterblast 2 Eradicators. You can give him +5. He has Lord, so he can't be chosen as long as your opponent has another same clans as unit. So he's hilarious if you go up against Domination because, oh, Zonky Renee call a card from hand. I call a Descendant. You can't dominate him. But, because he has that Lord ability, which is just hilarious. And way back in my day, we didn't have we had limit breaks. Those and not many decks have anymore, sadly. But here's to the V series, hopefully bringing back the limit break and wrecking everybody once again. But so his limit break 4, which happens if you have 4 or more damage, or you have a lovely little thing called a limit break enabler. You counterblast 1, drop the Eradicators, and when you attack the not hit, restand them, and he gains a critical. So, just generically a great card. Once again, adds on the pressure. Just adds on that pressure to kill and guard and everything. Second grade 3 lineup is 4 Eradicator Descendant Sigma, Descendant 2.0. He has when you stride, you can counterblast 1 Eradicator. If you stride an Eradicator, he gets plus 10k and the ability to, and then when he restands, get drive plus 1. So the thing you do it on top, no, you go into Zilean because forgot to mention Zilean skill. When Zilean restands, he loses drive -1, so this guarantees you to beat if Zilean was to restand to get your triple drive back. An auto rearguard, and then auto rearguard skills, which makes him the most broken card for this deck, is once a turn, Generation Break 1, counterblast 1, drop a card, and restand, attack and restand him. So he's rearguard Descendant, and I love him to death. And if you just sit there and combo with Zilean and Sigma, or regular Descendant Sigma, your opponent sits there like, I must go, I can't guard these, or I guard them and I die. But if I do guard, I also die because I can't. Because I can't guard. Yeah, it's silly. I've had people very salty about me beating him with Descendant because like, I didn't know Descendant could do that. Dude, I told you what he does, so like, you ain't got nothing on me. That has happened a few times. So when he hit, no. No. I have had that happen a few times, and then people get really salty. It's like, no, not a fan. I know what my boy does. Get wrecked. But, go speed up the process a little bit more. Grade 2 now, we have Tracking Eradicator Dokakuji. We are on 3 of him. He is 11k attacker for Eradicators. And counterblast when the end bout that your grade 3 Greater Vanguard with Eradicators card name attack. If attack not hit, you can choose counterblast 1, give your Vanguard plus 5,000 to end the turn. So, once again, he can help with the power boosts. And to help, if the Descendant was to get on the restand, gets even more powerful. And it cards even more guard. So yeah, this deck is not much about retiring, but more about laying into you with just applying a lot of pressure. at all possible times. No, Vanquisher, I know for a while I got really mad because, like, oh, why was Vanquisher getting all these retired stuff? Why can't Eradicators get that? But at the same time, true, I do wish we did get more retired skills that don't require own hitting. But, nonetheless, we still get our, we just apply pressure and attack more. So, yes. I'll make a video at some point about me. Not really a rant video, just some interesting interactions I've had with clans in general, and why I think what Bushiroad could have done better for them. But they're gonna Death Scythe 2.0, because he got a little stronger and better. His skills auto when he's placed in rearguard if you have a Vanguard Descendant. Because if you do, your opponent chooses one of his rearguards and retires it, so free retire. And he's put into soul when a descendant is placed on Vanguard, you can throw him into soul to kill something in the front row. Yeah, great stuff. Your opponent gets you his first skill, second skill's in the front row, but it's just another way to guarantee retiring. Try to guarantee retiring interceptors. So your opponent has a lot harder time, or will have to throw more cards on hand to block Ascendant, or have less cards to block him on the restand. Then you run 2 Zuiton, the OG, who used to work with the Superior Ride Chain with this deck. Also, it's auto Vanguard Rearguard. When he hits a Vanguard. If I have a Vanguard with Eradicator in its card name, I choose a card and countercharge and soul charge. Great refund resources. Says you do the Lynchu combo where you attack, you use Lynchu skill, if you Zuiton on board, and then you can just trying to get a free. I was trying to get a free refund because just amazing, and an extra soul, Garden Soul. Then we got 2 Chojins. Is auto Vanguard Rearguard, kind of bust one with the Eradicator. Attack hits, you may pay the card if the opponent chooses one of his or rearguards and retires it. So yeah, so this deck's very focused on hitting, so either your opponent lets you retire stuff with hitting, or not hitting, or letting them hit and saving all the cards for Descendants. So, this deck gives your opponent no good choices. Next up, we have 4 casters, the Stride Enabler for Eradicators. She's supposed to be Castor, but you have to get the Bushiroad translation team strikes once again. But, when she's costed discarding a Stride, I can kind of bust one, look at the top 7 for create 3 great card Eradicator in its card name, put it in his shuffle deck, so it's a way to search out. So this is a way to search out Sigma, so you can guarantee, in most cases, hopefully get yourself a Sigma for your turn. If we run 4 Dragon Dance Anastasia. I use the Unflipping Perfect Guard, mostly because this deck counterblasts so much, another way to refund resources other than Zuiton. We run 3 Limit Break Enablers. Once, as I said earlier, these beauties came out in BT set 17. And they allow you to, your limit breaks to be online at any point in time. So great card. Love them to death. Then we run 2 Eradicator, Strike Slasher Dragon. He used to be the Strike Dagger Dragon, was the Superior Ride Chain starter. But he grew up and became a grade 1. Which is really cute. He is auto when attack. He has a skill whether Descendant hit or did not hit. So if your Descendant attack does hit, when the attack hits a Vanguard that he boosted. If I have Vanguard Descendant's card name, you can use a way to countercharge, and then at the end, once a turn, the battle them if Vanguard Descendant did not attack the Vanguard, attack did not hit, you can soul charge. So just way to refund the soul for Zillion. Or countercharging if he does hit, to just keep replenishing all your resources. Well, then we got 2 Grudge Toxin Eradicator Saobo. Saobo became a heal trigger to a grade 1. She is auto rearguard. When your Vanguard Descendant's card name attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, I choose one of your other units, and it gets plus 4,000. And that unit gets plus 4,000 until end of the turn. So, so but plus, just either you can pump the rearguard column, you pump up the vanguard, her in the vanguard, or whatever you. Very suits you, very open-ended. Every roll and one down to the grade zeros. We have my starter, Ambush Dragon Eradicator Linchu. Forerunner, one ride, move back. Ride so you can move them back. Auto rearguard, throw into soul. When he attack hits a vanguard during a battle you boosted. A unit of Eradicator's card. It has boosted Eradicator. If you do, I kill my opponent's grade 1 or less and kill it. Most key, he is a starter killer, and I'd love him for it because most in G area decks, the decks run off the start. If the start is not there, half the deck doesn't work. Or it will work, they just have to try a little bit harder to get the desired outcome. We have 4 Ionization Eradicator Capnus. He has a skill, though it really does nothing for. It only works more for Golem Buster. But he could work, and he can also work for the GB8, but he's rarely on board when that happens. He does this when he's put onto. So then drops them for rearguard during the fact from the cards. I look the top 3. Search one Eradicator's card name. Among them, reel it, added a hand, shuffle deck. Turn the deck and shuffle. Yeah, so I restart card, but I barely use that skill as is. There is a new crit trigger that came out in the set 12. That's when Sigma came out in. But I have none in the Eradicator triggers for that, so that's okay though. He works occasionally, and I love him. We have 4 Yellow Gem Eradicator Yellow Gem Carbuncle, the shiny promo trigger. Because shiny. So just generic, no skill, vanilla crit trigger, but it's shiny, and shiny, it makes everything better. 4 Meditate Dracokudo. He is the heal trigger that came in the Fighters Collection because we have yet to get our new one. It's a promo in Japan, though I highly doubt we'll get it because we have a lovely track record of getting the promos that Japan has. But, you can, well, so it's Soul Blast 1, discard from hand, it costs, when you want to, Impede Dragon, and you just you can counter Trenchman, so it's Refunder when you go into Impede. So he's just generically good card. And last but not least, we have the cutest draw trigger in the Narukami clan. Give it up for Eradicator Drag Phoenix, aka I call him Peepers because he is so friggin' cute. But he is the cutest card ever. Well, scratch that. There are a lot of cute cards. I should make a list of the cutest Vanguard cards. I will do that. That sounds fun. I'll make a video of that. But yay, top 10 lists. Be in one of those channels. So he's just a vanilla draw trigger. Great way. I run draws, so I can help replenish for Zillion and Sigma. I used to run this deck at 12 crits before. Well, no, I used to run at 12 crits when Zillion came out for a while. But then I decided to go to draws to help kind of replenish the hand of Reese because you have to drop 3. And also now with Sigma Zitz, you have to drop another card for restanding. So in a good turn, if your opponent's close to death and they decide to guard everything, you have to drop a total of at least 4 cards if your opponent decides to guard everything. Or if you 2 Sigma boards on you have 5. So the draw trigger does help out a little bit for them. But yeah, so there you go. There is the Mighty Dragonic Descendant deck profile. I hope you enjoyed this video. I kind of plan to try upload a little bit more often than I have been recently. Yeah, I'm gonna be brainstorming ideas. Tell me what you guys would like to see on this channel. Like I said, I may do top 10 lists of just like random topics, like best triggers, Lord knows what else, best triggers, cutest cards, most ferocious cards, most broken cards, stuff like that. Or just opinion videos, like hot topics, maybe mostly about the community in general from what I've witnessed. I do plan on making one about, I I do maybe one about sexism in Vanguard, so stay tuned for that at some point. I'm gonna write up a script for that so I don't go up rambling, because I am a female. I'm one of the few who plays Vanguard, and I get salt all the time. Because I use other decks besides Tira. But yeah, so anyway, sorry for the little rant. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Check out my Facebook page at the View Station check out Tira's page I made for her, which is also kind of the sub page for this channel. But yeah, I'll link my page on my YouTube channel at some point. But yeah, so thank you once again. Have a great evening, and I'll see you all some other time. Tira-chan loves you. Bye!